Surprisingly, many women report feeling more fulfilled when they embrace collaboration and interdependence rather than striving for complete independence. Are strong, independent women really saying no to all men, or is there something deeper going on? Let's explore the evolving dynamics between men and women and challenge outdated stereotypes about gender roles. This woman believed she could easily catch the bag thrown by her husband from the staircase, confident in her abilities. She stood ready, sure of herself, and asked him to toss it. However, the bag was heavier than she anticipated, and as it hurtled toward her, she fumbled and lost her grip. The moment turned into a comical mishap, leaving her laughing at her overconfidence.
No, Bill was going under him.
Someone once exclaimed, "Oh, men are dogs," expecting a nod of agreement. But instead I responded, "Yes, they are." I explained, "Dogs are loyal, always excited to see you, and constantly searching for ways to make you happy. They live to bring you joy, thrive on admiration, and crave appreciation. If men were treated with the same kindness and affection we give to dogs, relationships would flourish effortlessly."
You're like, oh, men are dogs. And I was like, yes, they are. They're loyal. They're always happy to see you. They're looking for something to do for you. What could they bring you? they just want to be admired and appreciated. And yeah, if you treated them like dogs, everything would turn out so much.
A TikTok girl set up her camera confidently, ready to prove she didn't need a man for anything, especially chopping wood. With an axe in hand, she swung dramatically, but the wood didn't budge. Again and again she tried, each attempt more futile than the last. In the end, the only thing she succeeded in was proving she could fail spectacularly, independently of course, as she proudly declared.
I don't need a man, part 1. Oh my god, I need a man. Second attempt of I don't need a man. Oh my god, I need a man.
A woman unknowingly drove her car with a damaged tire, completely oblivious to the issue. She hadn't checked it before starting her journey and didn't notice anything unusual along the way. When she arrived at their destination, her husband spotted the mangled tire and stood in stunned disbelief. He couldn't fathom how she managed to drive all the way without realizing something was clearly wrong.
Customer states rear tire is loose. Yep. What the? And she drove here!
An independent woman decided to cook for herself, determined to prove she didn't need anyone's help. Confidently, she turned on the oven and began her task. But in a moment of distraction, the food caught fire, and soon the oven followed. Panicking, she screamed and cried, rushing to call for help. Ironically, she ended up seeking assistance from every man nearby to rescue her from the chaos.
Help me! Help me! Stop laughing! Get it now! Chill out! Oh my god, help me! Help me! Help me! Get more water! Get more water!
Modern feminism often conflicts with personal desires. A woman admitted she valued independence, but sometimes preferred traditional roles. Studies show 84% of working women would stay home with children if finances allowed, and many resent partners who can't provide this. Feminism empowers women, but it can push women to ignore their instincts to fit societal pressures, creating internal conflicts between celebrating independence and longing for traditional support and stability.
That guys that can't spend money are broke.
Yeah, they can say that because that's their assumption, right? Women that can't pay for their own shit is broke. Men, girls want to be men until it's time to do men. I work hard to own my clubs, to own my restaurant. Oh yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
Look,
Go ahead, dude. I want to hear this.
I didn't really feel that, to be honest.
Feel what? Which part?
What you said about women wanting to be men until it's time to
Tell
become
me which
men.
part of that you didn't feel so I can understand.
Look, personally, me.
Yeah, we're listening.
No, you're kind of right, to be honest. You're kind of right. You're kind of right.
I know.
Like, okay, because, you know, if you want to be a girl, like, if you want to be taken care of, I guess that's true. You know, you want the man to do the job. That's true.
Yeah.
I feel that. You're right. I didn't get the question, though. Wait,
It's
hold
fine.
on.
What's your name?
A woman, eager to fix her broken wash basin alone, video called her boyfriend for support. Clueless but confident, she opened the valve, caught the water in a basin, and poured it back into the sink. Forgetting the drainage pipe was open, chaos followed as water flooded the kitchen. Her boyfriend watched silently as her plan for independence turned into a messy disaster, leaving her surrounded by the chaos she caused. An independent woman struggled to fit a 55-inch TV into her car after buying it at Best Buy. A female employee helped briefly but left her alone. Frustrated as men passed by without helping, she grew upset. Finally, an older man stepped in, unpacked the TV, fit it into her car and disposed of the box. She sadly remarked how rare helpful men seem to be nowadays.
If I sound angry, the angry black woman, whatever. But I was struggling to bring my TV, fit it into my car. It was in a big box. It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. At first, this girl was helping me that worked at Best Buy where I got it from, but we couldn't get it in, and then she kind of left, and I said, I'm going to try and figure it out on my own. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me. It took an older man to come and see me struggling. He came out, he had a knife. He came out and helped me take the TV out of the box and put it in my back seat. And then he took the box, put it in his truck, and was going to go dump it elsewhere because there's no dumpster nearby. They don't make real men anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not all men because there are good men out there, but it's such a rare thing. It took an older man to do that.
A girl decided to swing on a doorframe bar, determined to show she didn't need anyone's help. Her boyfriend approached to support her, but she firmly said, "Let go of me, I can do it myself." Respecting her independence, he stepped aside. Moments later, she lost her grip and fell flat on the floor. As she lay there, she might have quietly regretted her bold declaration.
She's minding hers.
Oh my god, Tor! Oh, he lifted me. Let go of me, I can do it myself.
The discussion highlights challenges women face when delaying family planning. Fertility drops after the late 20s, and complications like miscarriages increase by 35. Some women prioritize careers over biology, ignoring natural limits. Later struggles often lead to regret or blame on society instead of choices. Biology doesn't align with modern narratives, and ignoring it can cause difficulties that can always be fixed later.
To get pregnant, losing babies that they want, finding a partner and they want to have kids but they haven't found someone, or a number of them just have chosen it's not the right path for them, and that we demonize and shame people on the most personal, private decision.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
Well, Alicia, in the examples you just gave, you presented most of those issues as if they're out of your control, but they're not. The risk of miscarriage rises with age. Fertility drops significantly in the late 20s. The eggs go bye-bye. Of course your friends struggle to get pregnant. Of course they lose babies that they wanted when they choose to have children after 30. And naturally, finding a man becomes harder since men consider the factors I just mentioned, and so they look for younger women to have children with. Now, all of this are results of prioritizing your career over having kids at a younger age. And it's not demonizing women to say that. It's just so if you end up with 3 cats, you can reflect on why you ended up with 3 cats.
2 women were jogging when they saw a white bird in the road. One woman, wanting to show her independence, threw a stick to scare it away. The bird dodged and started chasing her, flapping and squawking angrily. The woman panicked and ran, trying to escape while her friend laughed at the chaos. Her confidence quickly disappeared as she fled from the bird's surprising revenge.
This is so funny! Oh my god! No, don't be horrible to it. Don't be horrible to it. Oh shit!
A woman woman stood struggling to open her car door, jiggling the handle with growing frustration. A man passing by noticed and politely offered to help, saying, "I can give you a hand." But she immediately refused, insisting she didn't need help, especially not from a man. Determined to prove her independence, she continued her futile attempts, stubbornly ignoring his presence, even as the door remained firmly stuck.
Come on, you get it up. We don't get burned over. Put that on. It's not working.
A woman shared her frustration about having 2 female Uber drivers in one day, both of whom made wrong turns and caused delays, making her late. She sarcastically pointed out the irony of apps offering female-only driver options for safety, yet lacking reliability in her experience. She humorously suggested a male-only driver option, claiming she'd pay extra to ensure punctuality, adding, "You all know it's true," to an unapologetic rant.
I have been cursed today with not 1, but 2 female Uber drivers.
Absolutely not.
Both of them made wrong turns. They each got me there way later than the expected ETA. And I was running pretty late because I am a woman. And you know, there's a female-only driver option on these apps. The idea is that so women could feel safer by having only female driver.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely not. If I want to know that I will get to my destination on time, then I want a male-only driver option. I needed that today. I would pay a premium. Get at me, I don't even care.
Self-proclaimed self-sufficient woman proudly took her boyfriend's car, promising to add oil as part of the deal. Confident in her independence, she set out to complete the task but quickly hit a snag. She couldn't find the lever to pop the hood. Frustrated but undeterred, she rummaged for something to clean her hands, settling on a Chick-fil-A napkin. Her determination remained intact, even if her method seemed hilariously improvised.
I told my boyfriend that if he let me take his car, I would put oil in his car, so let's do it. I am a self-sufficient female. I do not need help. Except finding the damn lever for the hood. Hold on. I think I need like a paper towel, right? A Chick-fil-A napkin is gonna have to do.
A woman proudly explained how she goes above and beyond to please her man, claiming she keeps him happy no matter the situation. Whether he's at the dentist, shopping at J.Crew, or exchanging a sweater, she joked that his day is filled with so much satisfaction it's like trail mix packed with nuts. She even humorously added that his overindulged happiness might be taking its toll, leaving his balls looking like raisins.
I please my man in every way. If he's at the dentist, I make him nut. If he's at J.Crew returning a sweater, he's nutting. If he's trying on another sweater, he's getting a nut. If he exchanged that old sweater for the new sweater, he's nutting. It's like trail mix because his day mostly contains nuts and his balls look like raisins.
A woman joked she didn't want independence anymore and wanted the man to pay her $5,000 a month without talking to her. Critics pointed out the double standards, as some women switch between independence and reliance, while men are expected to stay steady and demand little. This imbalance, they argue, is why many men are stepping away from modern relationships, feeling unfairly treated in such dynamics.
I changed my mind. I don't want to be independent anymore. I don't want to do this. I am now accepting applications for a man who wants to pay me $5,000 a month and then never speak to me.
A woman claimed she didn't need men for protection, just tools, blaming men for hoarding them. Critics mocked this, asking if men also hoard groceries, cars, or travel rights, while rejecting the need for men. The debate showed many still rely on systems and resources mostly maintained by men. This contradiction exposed the impracticality of dismissing men's roles while benefiting from what they provide in society.
I don't need men to protect me.
Actually, you do need men to protect you. So
How
you
many
still need
times
men
I've
to protect
protected
you.
myself?
You need them to protect you.
I don't need you guys to protect
Can
me.
you stop interrupting?
Talk, I'm done.
So, 2 things. First, you absolutely do need men to protect you. This may be by proxy, either through the military or through law enforcement officers. I'm assuming if somebody you know were to be murdered, you would not just protect yourself, you would not investigate it yourself, you would appeal to who? Primarily men.
Here's the thing. I need tools. I don't need men. I need tools, and men hoard all the tools and resources, so I have to ask you guys for those.
This is the actual realization for all of these. A woman reflected on how both men and women often claim they don't need each other, but deep down, this stems from fear and insecurity. She explained how society pushes independence, ignoring God's design for partnership and family. God created men and women to complement each other, not to live divided. Filling life's void with fleeting connection won't bring true happiness. Only God's love and guidance can.
Okay, so have you ever heard anybody say, or a woman say, I'm independent and I don't need a man. I've said that like a million times, and I said it jokingly, but I also said it seriously. And this goes the same for men. They don't necessarily say that, but they do. They live a lifestyle that believes that they don't need a woman, right? So they go from woman to woman to woman to woman, and also women go from man to man to man to man. And what that is behind that is fear and insecurity. And this insecurity of their own identity and their self-worth is they're trying to fill it with the affirmation of this person, this person, this person, this person. And having sexual relations with these people makes them feel like they're desirable, they're wanted, they're attractive, and they are not satisfied. They're so insecure that they're not satisfied getting it from one person, but they need it from 8 people. So that's what that is. And the fact is, God did not create us to have sex with this person, this person, this person, this person, but create us to have sex with one person, have sex and have babies and be fruitful and multiply. So there's beauty in commitment, and society wants to make us believe that there's, why do you need commitment? Why do you need marriage these days? And they're desensitizing us to homosexuality, pedophilia, transgenderism, and that is part of the demonic agenda, right? And to depopulate the world. The devil does not want more babies, because that is more people that God can save and more people that God can use and rise up for his purposes. So, there are people that are called to be single, okay? Paul talks about that. However, most people have the gift of marriage, right? And, a man and a woman come together, they have a baby. A man and a man do not. A woman and a woman do not. So it's not just, what we believe or how we feel. If I want to be a unicorn today, no. The fact is that I am a woman. I am biologically a woman. God created me to be a woman for a reason. He didn't make a mistake. He knows. He's God. He's perfect. So the fact is man needs a woman and woman needs a man. Because God created it that way. So God created man in the perfect paradise, okay? Stars in the sky, no pain, no sorrow, fruit, animals, everything, the ocean. And in Genesis 2:18, the Lord God said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." And he made woman. So here in 1 Corinthians 11, this is what God was showing me. It's amazing. This is against feminism, right? And this is how feminism is unbiblical, and this over masculinity of like, I don't need a woman or whatever, or women are below me. So it says right here in 1 Corinthians 11:9, neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. That is why a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, in the Lord, listen to this, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For as woman was made from man, so man is now born of woman, and all things are from God. So we need each other, and the devil wants to divide us. He wants to divide us in the church. He wants to divide us in our families, in our marriages, in our friendships. Everywhere he wants to divide us, in the world, in our culture, in our cities. He wants to divide, because how do you get people, how do you attack an enemy? You divide and conquer, right? So, and that is just out of order. God's design is always better. God's design is the best. God's design is the only way it should be, because he's God. And who are we, like little ants, to be like, I know better than you? It's ridiculous. And he wants what's best for us. It's not that he's trying to rule over us, but he wants what's best for us. So, don't try to fill that void going from person to person to person. fill that void of love with God, because He is the only love that will never fail you. And at the end of the day, God will bring you your spouse who is perfect for you.
For more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.